Top story tonight on the Kerala Story 2. It seems like the movie has hit a roadblock. Just a day before its scheduled release, the Kerala High Court has hit pause on the Kerala Story 2 film. It's now been kept on hold, an interim stay for 15 days and a sharp observation by court as well. The court has said prima facie the CBFC appears not to have applied its mind while granting certification. In fact, Sridev Nambudiri, a native of Chattari Paramba in Kannur district, had filed a petition seeking cancellation of the censor certification that was granted to this film. In fact, another petition was also filed by Freddie V. Francis, who sought a ban on the film's release altogether, challenged the use of the term Kerala in the title, arguing that it falsely associated the state with terrorism and forced religious conversion, despite the film's story involving characters from many other states as well. He's termed this as marketing of hate and questioned the claim that the film is based on true events as well, asking what proof does the filmmaker have that the movie is based on true events. Today, Justice Bechu Kurian Thomas has passed an interim order on both the petitions, saying that while it is usually the court is usually hesitant when it comes to interfering with the release of films, it has to step in now when this alleged content of the film could have the genuine potential to incite communal disharmony. The Kerala court said, and I quote here, Kerala lives in total harmony among various religions, but portraying it in such a manner as though this is what is happening all over Kerala gives a wrong indication and may also incite passions, which is where the censor boards come into play. Well, the court added that prima facie there was an absence of application of mind by the CBFC while granting certification. It therefore has directed the CBFC to reconsider and basically consider the revision petitions filed by the petitioners before the board within a period of 2 weeks. So 15 days halt to this film and asked the CBFC to review it. Until the CBFC passes fresh orders, the court ordered that the movie shall not be released. Kerala 2 is written by Amarnath and Vipul Amrutlal Shah, directed by Kamakhya Narayan Singh. It's already drawn sharp reactions from political quarters. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan expressed strong opposition to this film, stating that it would be another attempt to incite communal discord within the state after Kerala Story 1. The Kerala Story 2 goes beyond, takes off from Kerala Story 1. In that film, the plot marketed as true story, released in 2023, followed a group of women from Kerala who are forced into converting to Islam and joining the Islamic State as well. The Kerala Story, directed by Sudipto Sen, had found itself amid a brewing storm as it neared its release. Well, it did very well at the box office though, but for the Kerala Story 2, Sudipto Sen refused to direct it. In fact, he says that the first film, I could stand by every word of it because that was the research I did. But for the second film, I can't really go by WhatsApp forwards and narratives. So it seems like there is a lot of controversies already brewing around this film. And now you have the court also imposing a stay briefly. We're going to see what the CBFC says and how they're going to tackle this, as the court has now tossed the ball to the CBFC's court to review this petition filed by the petitioners opposing the name of the film and the contents of the film. All right, let's quickly bring in Girish Wankede, film critic, Yogesh Mishra, film journalist, and Satish Kumar, advocate and analyst, Rahul Ishwar, author and activist from Kerala. All of you, thank you very much. Rahul, I'll start with you first as we're looking at Kerala Story 2, your state. You were very passionate about it when you spoke the last time. The court has said it has genuine potential to incite violence. What's your take on that?
Two submissions. First of all, we have to balance creativity with sensitivity and liberty with responsibility. Anybody is free to take any movie, but some kind of responsibility and sensitivity needs to be there. And Kerala Story 2 is a hate propaganda. I don't have other words to describe it. It is showing Muslim women in bad light, Muslim men in bad light. So it's offensive. And I'm proud to belong to a state where Sridev Nambudiri, who is a Hindu Brahmin by birth, is the first person to go against this movie to the Honorable Court. Second, followed by Freddie, who belongs to a Christian community who oppose this. See, that's the harmony of Kerala. That is Kerala for you in a nutshell. When an Islamophobic content is given against Kerala, a Hindu and Christian goes to court and gets a stay for this particular thing. It's a very positive thing. Any movie is welcome, like the Honorable Court said, but every movie need to have responsibility and sensitivity. And unfortunately, Kerala Story 2 is nothing but hate propaganda masked and disguised as a movie. And that's very unfortunate. And Kerala is a state that is number one in harmony. Even when we go to Shabarimala, we offer prayers at Ayyappa's Muslim best friend, Wawa's mosque. That's the harmony. That's the culture of Kerala for past thousands of years. So that harmony should be upheld. People are free to make movie, but they should be sensitive to Malayali sentiments. And we are proud that we are such a pluralistic, harmonious state.
Well, you say it's outrightly hate-mongering film. That's what you say.
That's what the teaser says. That's what the trailer says. And see, there are some lines that nobody should cross. Had this movie, as Hindus, we should think, if such a movie is taken against us, how will we feel? If our mothers are shown in bad light, how will we feel? So it's something. See, movie, anybody can take any movie. For example, Kerala Story 1, unfortunate experiences happened to 3 girls. That's true, but it was exaggerated to 32,000 girls. See, that's the issue here. Some WhatsApp forwards, as Sudhir Thosen, the director of the first movie, rightly said, some WhatsApp forward are taken as script for movies, and that is very unfortunate. So I'm a Hindu right-wing activist. I'm a proud Hindu activist who is working for Hindu right-wing causes for the past 15 to 20 years. But even people like me are offended. Even people like me are outraged by the brutal picturization of both Kerala and both our Muslim brothers.
All right, Yogesh Mishra, if you could come in on this, Kerala Story 1, passed off with 2 national awards and 300 crore turnover and whatnot. That it really did well in the market. There wasn't election at that point of time, but a lot of opposition though from the state of Kerala. And Kerala Story 2 now transcends to women of other states as well. I'm not too sure what this movie is really trying to project. Well, if you're trying to say that there are some bad apples and some elements that are creating nuisance, and you should beware of them, having a name, title of the film as Kerala Story, it just puts the entire state, shows the entire state in bad light. And let's not even get to the Muslim community.
Yeah, I'm audible?
Yes.
Yeah, audio is clear, huh? Right. So on 16th only this month, I met Vipul Shahji on the preview of this trailer.
It seems like your connection is slightly patchy. We'll come back to you. Satish Kumar, would you want to come in on that?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yes, good evening. I'm a little bit surprised by the order passed by this Honorable High Court of Kerala staying the movie, because according to my understanding, yesterday the judge was willing to watch the movie, and I think he has
I
not watched the movie so far.
I suppose that screening was not arranged for the court.
Yeah, that's what. So he has not seen the movie. So without seeing the movie, though he was willing to watch the movie, he has not watched the movie somehow or the other.
But no. My understanding here is that the court asked for the screening of the film, but there was objection for the court to watch the film. There were petitions filed against the screening of the film, and so the court has decided to hold it, let the CBFC then review it.
Somehow or the other, the court has not seen the movie. The single judge has not seen the movie.
No, but the trailer itself is telling, isn't it?
No. I'm saying, I'll come to the point. See, whatever you are seeing in the trailer, it's only a editing of the movie. So we cannot judge a movie by seeing the trailer. I'm coming to that point differently. What I want to say from the angle of the observation of the judge, saying that there's a non-applicable of the lack of applicability of the mind of the CBFC officials. There only I want to come. How the judge can come to a conclusion even without watching the movie, though the proposal was made by him and it was rejected or not, that is a different issue. He would have insisted watching the movie, maybe with the panel of other
so now they've not agreed to show him the movie, so a stay is expected.
The court has got, how they can say the court has got every right, because why it was kept in hold, because he has come at the last moment to release of the date. See, always it happens. Every person who wants to stop the movie's release, they come only at the fag end and the tail end. that itself there is some sort of affecting the business, because every movie has got its own business. See that you don't have any rights to stop at the fag end. The court, if at all the court wants to encourage, they have to file the petition in advance, or maybe as soon as the teaser was released. But the petitioners have come to the court at the fag end of the release of the movie. That is that there you have to see the intention, the malafide intention of the petitioners. That's what I would say from the angle of an advocate. So the judge cannot say there is a lack of applicability of mind of the officials. That is my point. So please understand, without watching the movie, just by watching the teaser, how the judge can, the court can come to a conclusion that there is a lack of applicability of mind. You would have said some other reason, saying that communalism, or maybe the name of the, I am surprised by the name of the movie Kerala Story. It's already one movie has, when the first Kerala one was released, where you have all these people have gone. Now suddenly, the love and affection towards that state is coming. I'm also belong to the same state. That's
I'm sorry.
It's a pan-India movie.
How is it a pan-India movie if you're stating it? The name clearly says Kerala Story.
No. Don't. I am strongly objecting your point, because whatever movie is getting released in India, it is a pan-India movie.
So basically, a movie that says it is a Kerala story is a pan-India story. This is my. I am supposed to believe it's
the story of the country.
I am supposed to believe it's the story of the country. It's not specific to Kerala.
I am saying the story of the country. Why you are differentiating the state between the state?
Because it's the name of the state that is mentioned.
No, that's what I'm saying.
If it is a conversion racket, you could have a title that is suggesting that this is a conversion racket film. Why Kerala Story?
What these people did on the first movie. When you accept the first movie,
so it possibly takes a little time for them also to realize what damage the movie has done.
No.
Kashmir came.
So many people went to court. So many people went to court. And at last, Kerala Story 1 gave a disclaimer, and they said this is not based on true incident.
Similarly, that's what I'm saying.
Satish Kumar, you're an advocate. Mr. Satish Kumar, you're an advocate. You don't know that there were petitions filed.
I am saying that petitions were filed. See, so many petitions will be filed in every case. I'm not denying that. I know the story very well. See, what has come to the point now is only about this petitioners who filed the case. When the order has been passed about this case, there only we are discussing now. See, similarly for Kerala 1 also, many petitions were filed. Many people have raised their points. But my panel friend, Mr. Rahul, said that one Hindu has filed the petition, one Christian has filed the petition. There itself, you are saying that there is a communal thing. I am objecting that also. One Indian has filed. One person whose mother tongue is Malayalam, he filed a petition. You say so like that. Don't communalize the person. You are saying that one Nambudiri has filed a petition.
Why are you mentioning the petitioner's religion?
Oh, that is their intention is wrong.
I'm happy to mention their religion and community. I'm happy to mention their. Yeah, let me answer that, sir. I'm happy to mention the religion and community, because that's the greatness of Kerala. When an Islamophobic content is coming, a Hindu and Christian goes to the court. A proud Hindu and a proud Christian goes to the court saying that this is communal. That is the greatness of Kerala. It is not a Muslim who went against this. It's a Hindu and a Christian who went against this. That is the true pluralism or true inclusive nature of Kerala. Whereas we Hindus and Christians are united against Islamophobia in that sense. And we are not masked communalists. We are open secularists. We are open pluralists. And it takes a Hindu and a Christian to fight against an Islamophobic content. That's the reason why we believe Kerala is a guiding light for India.
Right. Let me quickly begin.
I appreciate your pride. I appreciate your pride.
Girish
but similarly, please.
Girish Ankere,
I appreciate you.
The legalities of it aside, but the contents of the film, the first film received a lot of objection, but it did well, Look at the irony. It did very well, 300 odd crore turnover. But what exactly at what cost, right? You're first of all lying that 32,000 girls were converted. That was false. It turned out to be absolutely false. So you're basically approaching a film and a narrative given to the audience is that it's based on true story. You're making it look like a mammoth problem, like it is a pan-India problem, but you're calling it a Kerala story because it's centered in Kerala in your view. But facts are not really factual. It's all basically, in fact, the first films, the irony is, Sudipto Sen says, I can stand by every word of the first film, but the second film, I don't know. I don't want to go by WhatsApp forwards. But the funny part is his first film also will lack of facts.
Yeah, of course. The first was having a great marketing strategy. It was talked about, it was debated in almost everywhere, and that it was able to make almost 300 crores and was the seventh highest grossing film of 2023. It got national awards also, but some films like this, which are purely Islamophobic or agenda driven films, these work. And unfortunately, with Kerala 2, there was no buzz. Nobody knew about it unless we are talking about this right now. There was no buzz. There was only a release, and there was not at all any excitement around the film. Now, with this ban, and of course for the 15 days of stay over, definitely people are going to talk about the film. But yes, this is very raw, very much straight, and too much maligning the society, which is plural, that is Kerala. Obviously, the name of Kerala, included with the three stories which are purely on the conversion to Islam, is not a pretty acceptable idea for the Keralites. And of course, when a film is made without the intention of working on certain arithmetic, certain permutation and combination, and a project wise, we feel it. The court feels it, the CBSE feels it, also the audience feels it. In this case, there should be definitely CBFC should revisit what they have seen, and from the trailer only we can make it out that it's a purely agenda driven film. The way they have made films before this also, the Kashmir Files or the Kerala Files, these are the films which are purely work on hatred, which are purely work on the agenda of the filmmakers, and which is purely visible in this case also. Unfortunately, it didn't make any headlines. Nobody was talking about it. Now, with this debate and all the buzz around it, there will be certain eyeballs, there will be certain footfalls which will be excited to see this film. But unfortunately, that was 3 years back. Now, people are not very much excited about this gimmick.
But you know, from what I see, the casting of the film, they've got like very popular influencers. Basically, these are not really actors who have acted in films as such.
Hardly matters. Who knows influencers? Even that time
No, what
also,
I mean to
they
say
were
is,
pretty.
no, what I mean to say is that this is a marketing strategy where through your influencers, you're able to reach a much larger audience and market it without actually spending on marketing,
But
right?
still, there are certain instances where influencers featured in the film. You saw the film which was featuring Veerdas. It was washout. So influencers don't carry that weight to create a buzz around the film. That is, of course, a marketing gimmick, and you work on it. But in this case, it didn't created that particular eyeballs, that excitement which the
Honestly
earlier film
speaking,
did.
I didn't even think that the Kerala story one would have taken
You
off the way
market
it did.
anything.
I
You
didn't.
market anything, but don't market hate. That's all. We Malayalis only have to say that. You market anything under the sun, but don't market hate. Marketing hate is a very bad thing, and marketing hate is anti-national activity, and don't market hate is the only submission I would have to all the movie producers.
Right. Yogesh Mishra, if your
Yeah.
connection is all right.
Yeah, I'm audible now.
Yes.
Yeah. So on 16th, actually, I was there on the trailer preview. I met personally to Vipul Shah and discussed a lot many things actually. What he said that day, it was off camera actually, off record actually. He said it's just 20% of what he has seen, what he has observed, and what his research is saying actually. So if it's a 20% what is shown in the film, then what would be the 100%? That is the first thing. Second thing, he has given all the proofs to the court, to the all the government bodies and whatever legal bodies are there. But still, on the just one day prior, film is gone on the hold actually. I don't understand when all the evidences are produced to the whatever legal authorities are there, then why just one day prior things are on hold actually? The release date was declared much prior. So
All right. Again, your connection is off. Satish Kumar, as an advocate, have you heard about the controversy around the film Ghushkhor Pandit? The film Ghushkor Pandit from that was due to release on Netflix. You know about the controversy. There were petitions filed against the name, and the Supreme Court then swept in, and because of petitions filed, and they asked the makers to change the name because they said Ghushkor Pandit shows Brahmins in bad light. So why should that benchmark not be used here?
No, see, just first of all, we should understand whether the entire story's screenplay is the issue or name is the issue.
No, but name
both.
The petitions are against both name and the content. But my question is just the title. Let's stick with the title's controversy.
Yes.
Right?
If the title is the controversy, then already you have seen a precedent that the Kerala the story one has come, Kashmir one has come, Bengal one has come.
So it's wrong, no?
I'm saying
If you're saying that it is a pan-India film, it shows an India problem, then why call it Kashmir Files? Because it's basically the story is about an incident or multiple instances that have happened in Kashmir. All right. At that point, I don't know if anybody had the guts or the bandwidth to fight against the title of Kashmir Files.
No, first of all,
but
see,
here
first
in
of all,
Kerala,
we should understand. No, first of all, we should understand now whatever movie they are taking now, whether it's, though it is initially taken in one single language, now it is dubbed, and even in the OTT or any other platform, movies are coming now in multi languages, even including the dubbing is coming. So better, all over India, people are watching all the movies. That's why we are able to reach 300 crores. Please understand.
But what are you trying to say? I don't understand. What is your point? I understand, which is why it's a problem. What you're saying is correct. All over people are watching. That's why it's a problem, because this film rides a lot on it.
What I want to say, whether because it is named as Kerala, please don't take that it is only for the state.
No, but then why should the state and people of Kerala accept it? Why should people of Kerala accept it? When the story talks about women from multiple other states, it says Kerala story goes beyond, right? If it's about other states, then why should the title be about Kerala?
Now I'm coming to your point. When the story, when the idea was given about this movie, maybe 3 months or 4 months back, why people are waiting for this movie teaser to get released? You would have stopped the same, you would have filed the same petition for the name and title itself long back. Why you have not done that? You are all sleeping so far. Suddenly you all are waking up. Why?
Unless somebody sees the teaser, how can they go against it, sir? Unless somebody sees the teaser, how can they go against it?
No.
When the teaser was released, immediately the movie went to the court.
No, please understand, Rahul, we are talking about the title. When it says Kerala story too, you can even very much assume what could be the story. Many people
How can we know that? How can anybody know that? Only when we see the content.
No, by watching the teaser, by watching the teaser, how can you come to a conclusion now? Watch the movie then.
No, then the same rule should have applied to Ghushkor Pandit. The makers of Ghushkor Pandit also said the same thing. The movie is not anything about Brahmins or defaming Brahmins. Watch the movie. The movie is a fictional character. You know what's worse? What's worse is that Kerala Story 2 and Kerala Story 1 claims that it is based on true events, which is why it makes it all the more insinuous.
There was a disclaimer. There was a disclaimer in the movie before this. Similarly, there is a disclaimer.
Which is even worse. Ghushkor Pandit at least was a movie on fiction. Here it's Kerala Story based on real story.
Just one quick submission. Just one quick submission. I belong to a Brahmin community and I was offended when Ghushkor Pandit came. See, I'm a huge Manoj Vajpayee fan. At the same point of time, the name should be sensitive. Second point, I was the person who campaigned against our great painter Sri M. F. Hussain being awarded because some of the paintings have hurt me as a Hindu as my sentiments. Similarly, we need to take care of the sentiments of our Muslim brothers, Christian brothers, Kerala, every other state. We shouldn't demean Uttar Pradesh, Kerala or any other thing in the name of politics and community. Our whole point is there should be a balance, and that balance should be sensible, responsible, and everybody, they can still go ahead with the movie, but they have to delete some scenes because scenes are tone deaf, too aggressive, demonizing, hateful propaganda, demonizing one community, Islamophobic content. So these things should not be there. They can take any movie, but these things should not be there. Hindu phobia is bad. Similarly, Islamophobia is also bad.
Yeah, Girish, you wanted to come in on that. Ghushkor Pandit got a different treatment. Kerala Story is getting different treatment. You know, I can't help but wonder if this is a political tool right ahead of Kerala elections. It's done and released deliberately to show and defame Kerala and a certain community?
No, in both the cases, first I'll start with Guskur Pandit. There was never the intention of Neeraj Pandey or Manoj Bajpayee or Ritesh Shah. Ritesh Shah was the director and Neeraj Pandey is the producer of. They didn't have the intention to malign any Brahmin community or any community in particular with Guskur Pandit. It was a purely a cop story which was who was known as a Ghuskor Pandit, and that is what Neeraj has also cleared. But unfortunately, it is Netflix which is releasing the film. It's a commission film, so they are pretty anxious about it. They are pretty conscious, though. So they have already told the makers to change the title, and it is that case is already there. They will change the title and they will re-release it. In the case of Kerala 2 story, it's again the same thing. If in the name of Kerala, we are talking about three girls who are from Kerala, Rajasthan, and Madhya Pradesh. So it's the story of three girls who are actually converted to Islam and then they are exploited. That is what the story is all about. That is what we know from the teaser. And obviously, putting Kerala again in a bad light is the first instance which will definitely will be erupted. And the second most importantly is this entire controversy or the promotion of the film was lackluster. It was not at all debated. It was not at all talked about. Only when the teaser was released, there were petitions which were filed, and the teasers were raw, unfinished, and provocative enough to do that. Now that court has done it and put a stay for 15 days, obviously CBFC will revisit it and they will clear their stance. So we certainly believe that such films which will be deteriorating a particular community or a particular state should not be made to continue.
All right, that's all I have. And what kind of losses, 15 days of stay, will the movie makers have to incur?
Not much of, because it is not a very highly budgeted film. It is with the newcomers with a
First of
very
all, no,
regular,
that is the risk
modestly
what they are
placed
taking.
budget. So there won't be any
Sorry.
big loss for a very modestly placed budgeted film.
All right.
See, no, that is a different issue. But whoever is taking a business, the business are bound to risk. They have to take the risk when they are taking such a subject. Any business is subject to risk orientation. They have to face it.
Yeah, Yogesh, your last word on that.
Yeah, actually, I was disconnected, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I would like to just inform you that I recently met Vipul Saji and Kamakhya Narayan Singh, the director. Actually, if you see the title, it's not just a Kerala story 2. It's a Kerala story 2 goes beyond. So goes beyond is added in the title. So that says it's not just a Kerala story. It's going beyond Kerala actually. Now Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and other states
Which basically is stemming from Kerala, and Kerala is the culprit. So it's going from Kerala to elsewhere. Please, it defames the state. All right. As simple as that. Let's end with that. I don't agree with the title myself, and I think it's in the right direction that the court has asked some questions. Let's see what the CBFC says. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us tonight.